Hey you guys, what's up? Raylo here from KidneyPuncher.com, here to bring you another review. Today, we're going to be talking about the new Kangertech CUPTI kit, all in one. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and dive down up close, open up the box, show you what comes inside, and talk a little bit more about the CUPTI. Alright you guys, so here we are in up close mode with the new Kangertech CUPTI kit. So this is a top fill, leak-free design, and of course this is the box. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. On the side, you got Kangertech. You got Kangertech on this side. And on the back, it lists everything that it comes with. So of course you get the CUPTI mod and kit. You get two different CLOCC coils, one at 0.5, and that is a stainless steel 316L, and you also get a nichrome build at 1.5 ohms. You get a spare drip tip, USB cable, manual, you have your authentication check right here, and then a little bit more information about the company and colors that it comes in. Now let's go ahead and open this box up. So here is the mod in all of its wondrous glory. This is the black version. The one you just saw before is the red version. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what else we get. So first thing you're going to see is an instruction manual for your device to teach you a couple things, but I'm going to go ahead and teach you this right here in the video. Underneath that, you have your USB charging cable and also possibly for firmware upgrades in the future. Right here, you have your 1.5 ohm nichrome build, and you also get a second drip tip. Let's pull this out since it's kind of hidden in the blackness. And this would be your mouth to lung drip tip. So that's all that comes inside this box. Let's go ahead and talk about the mod. All right, so here is the black version in all of its wondrous glory. And what you're seeing here is actually a Pyrex glass tank, and this is smoked. The red one is actually red. Kind of cool feature. If you look here on the side, you see a line with max on it. So that's going to tell you exactly where to fill this up when you're filling it. But let's go ahead and start here at the top because this is the business end of the CUPTI by Kangertech. So you see the name right here. You have a small screen that's going to show you all the information. You have your plus and minus buttons. You have the wide bore drip tip, Delrin drip tip that comes with it, held on by a single wide O-ring. If you look here on the side, you can see you have your airflow control. There is two separate sections here, and when you're doing this, there's actually a stop. So you can go all the way here to this pin and it'll shut it off, or you open it all the way to where the pin touches and your airflow is completely wide open. Right here on the side, you can see here is your power button. Nice little clicky button, easy to find, easy to use. Right down here, you have the cutout. This would be for your battery venting. And this also does come with some stickers. Aha, here's the stickers. They were hidden inside the instruction manual. So you get these stickers to place on your battery, so that way you're not going to see the color of your battery and gives it a nice look. And then the red one comes with red stickers. Down here at the bottom, this is your battery door. To open up this door, you just pull back and pop your battery right out. If you take a look, you can see it says negative right here. So that way you know when you're placing your battery in, positive goes in, negative sits down, and it just clicks right back into place. Very, very easy to use. Right here, you have your USB port right down here at the bottom. All right, now to get inside and fill this up and to change your coils, all you need to do is unscrew from your airflow control. So once you've unscrewed it, the whole thing pops right out. So here's your chimney. This is where your airflow is coming from. And right here at the bottom, this is your coil head. The one that comes pre-installed is the 0.5, and this is a stainless steel head. And it also says right here that it is good from 15 to 60 watts. To access this head, all you got to do is unscrew it from that post. So right here, we're up close with the CLOCC head. What you're seeing here is a nice O-ring to keep a nice seal. Your coil is down inside this little chimney section here, and your airflow is accessed along this side. So what you're going to want to do when you're first filling this up is you might want to drop just a little bit of juice inside this hole to pre-saturate your wicks. And of course, hit here and here where your juice flow is. It's kind of nice that they give you this knurling, makes it very easy to grip, especially when it's saturated with juice. Then of course to fill it, like I showed you before, you have your max line. So when you're filling up your juice, just go ahead and pour it in and wait until your juice gets to the max line. Don't go above it, otherwise it will overflow when you're sticking your coil back in. All right, now let's go over some of the features that you can use with this device. Of course, right now we're just in wattage mode, and to change your wattage, it's as easy as pressing the plus or the minus, and this goes from 75 all the way down to 7 watts. So from 7 watts up to 75 watts. And when you're taking a closer look at this screen, you can see right here at the top, you have your battery meter, you have your resistance. Of course, it's 9.99 right now because I have nothing plugged in. Directly below that, you have your voltage. Now you can flip this screen if you'd like. Easy enough to do. You just press the plus and the minus button at the same time, and boom, switches. Hold it down again, and you're right back to where we started. And of course, to turn on and off your device, use the power button right here on the side, and it's as easy as 5 clicks. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns off. And to turn it back on, just another 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get the Kangertech logo, and it takes you right back to the screen you started on. And now to access the temperature control features, all you need to do is press the power button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So now we're in nickel mode. 1, 2, 3. Now we're in titanium mode. 1, 2, 3. Puts us in stainless steel mode. And then 1, 2, 3. This is nichrome mode. I don't necessarily think nichrome in temperature control works, but they did put it in there anyway. Then we do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. And now we're back into wattage mode. So that's it for the up close on the new Kangertech CUPTI all-in-one kit. Let's go ahead and go back into FaceTime, talk about it, vape on it. All right, you guys, so we're back from up close mode with the CUPTI by Kangertech. Let me go ahead and take a quick hit on this real fast. This is the 0.5 stainless steel head. I have this in temperature control mode at 420 degrees. So, of course, as you saw, this is not a giant cloud creating monster of a device. This is a nice mid-range. It's not too crazy, but it's not too restricted. But you can take it all the way and have a decent mouth-to-lung hit. But before I rant and rave or anything else, let's go ahead and go over some specs real quick. So first things first, this is zinc and aluminum construction with a Pyrex glass tank that comes in the color of your device. It is 50 millimeters by 22 millimeters by 82 millimeters for its dimensions. This is an all-in-one system, so you get the mod, battery goes in here, you have your tank section, everything is right here in this nice little tiny package. It has wattage mode and temperature control mode with pre-programmed sets that's as easy as 3 clicks away. Temperature range is from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperature control resistance range is from 0.15 up to 1.3 ohms. In wattage mode, it goes from 7 to 75 watts. It has the adjustable top airflow and the no leak design. Includes the OLED display right here at the top. It does use one 18650 battery that does not come included. It has the easy to use locking and just pops back in place battery door. Includes the micro USB for charging and maybe possible firmware upgrades in the future. And it includes the mount to lung drip tip as well as the wide bore drip tip. So that's it for the specs. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the pros, some of the cons. So first things first, the first pro I would like to mention is the fact that this is leak free. And yes, I tried to get this thing to leak. I have left it on its side. I've put it in my pocket upside down. I've done all sorts of madness with this and I cannot get it to leak. So that is a huge, huge plus when you think of stuff like the knee box that had leaky issues and the other ones that have the bottom airflow that sometimes tend to leak. This one will not do it. I tried. Trust me on that. Another pro is the easy to use menu functions. The fact that it's not overly technical, it's fairly easy. It's all just 1, 2, 3 to access all the different menu options. And of course, to flip your screen was just holding the 2 top buttons. The fact that this comes with colored Pyrex glass to match your device, I also think is pretty sweet. The easy to use battery door that just clicks on, pops back in, another big pro. Another pro is that you can use this as a mouth to lung device or as a fairly restricted, I wouldn't even say restricted lung hit. I mean, you could take a pretty decent lung hit with this, but I definitely think the fact that you have that nice range is another big pro. The size. This is a fairly small all-in-one kit. Say, put it here next to the Play-Doh. It's just a hair shorter, and it's just a hair thinner than the Play-Doh. And of course, the final pro is the machining on this is very well done. I haven't had any issues with any of the threadings. The buttons all work flawlessly. I've had no misfires. The battery door just works really well. Everything on this device was very, very well made. So good job, Kanger. So now let's go ahead and talk about the cons. And in all honesty, there really isn't that many cons for me to discuss with this. One of the only things that I've noticed that I wasn't a huge fan of, but it's not that big of a deal, is when you're putting your coil head back in. So say I'm unscrewing it now. The way that this works, you dump all your juice in there and then you put your coil head back in. Since you are letting a little bit of air in there, what tends to happen when you first put it in is these coil heads will flood ever so slightly. Let's see if it's actually doing it right now. I don't know if you could hear that, but it did have a little bit of gurgle for about a split second. But then, once you take that first hit, it tends to go away. But that is one thing that I did notice. So I did want to point that out. And in all honesty, that's really the only thing I could find wrong with this device. It's worked flawlessly for me. And truthfully, I can't really say anything negative about it. It's a really, really solid device. And one thing I've noticed is with the 2 different heads, so you have the 0.5 and then you have the 1.5 head. I actually enjoyed the 1.5 head just a little bit better. Airflow is identical, and really it's kind of nice to be able to fire this at like 14 watts to maybe 20 watts with the 1.5 ohm head. And I'm getting the same amount of vapor production. I'm getting the same amount of flavor. And everything seems to work a little bit better. Plus, bonus to only having to fire it at like 14 to 20 watts, battery life. So the battery lasts a whole lot longer when you're not firing it at 60 to 70 watts. So in all honesty, I think I might like the 1.5 ohm head better. But if you do like warmer vapes, you can go with the 0.5 and then crank this thing up to, I was probably vaping around 60 to 65 watts and it was working great for me. So really, that pretty much wraps everything up with the Kangertech CUPTI. There's not too much more to talk about. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them down in the comment section below, and I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. Maybe you learned something this time, maybe you didn't. But I can definitely say I enjoyed this device. So if you're looking for something that's nice, fits in your pocket, nice carry around device, it's not going to break the bank, and it holds a decent amount of juice, this is definitely something to look at. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, vape on.